To make things worse for Deshaun and the Wizards, Jay-Z then made an appearance at a club in Washington, referencing the beef in a diss song, adding more fire to the burn.
Ask my LeBron, it's so big we ain't gotta respond.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope y'all are having a good day so far. So I had a members request for this video, and I don't know about this, man. This one is titled Players Who Tested LeBron and Failed Miserably, and guess who it's by? Nonstop. So I think the clutch paycheck might have cleared, and these guys are ready to prop up LeBron James again. It seems like they go through cycles, but it kind of reminds me of like Colin Cowherd at this point. It's like certain points he starts like telling the truth about LeBron, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, the check must have cleared, because now he's back on his soapbox speaking all the positive stuff about LeBron, and I see Nonstop doing the same exact thing. So I'm expecting this to be a total propaganda piece, and I plan to rip it apart if I can. So let's see, because players who tested LeBron and failed miserably, I can't think of a long list of this at all. So I'm very curious if they're just going to completely do the typical 2025 thing of basically showing you a little bit, but not giving you the full context of the overall story. But anyways, jump into conclusions. Guys, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description like I always do. You'll see a list of channel members in there too. Shout out to members, and shout out to a couple of new members that I apologize. I totally forgot to give you a call out. And this is for the Sentinel. And I'm going to mess this up, but Verbalken T? Sorry guys, I'm terrible at this. Anyways, you guys, I appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you very much. And happy holidays, everyone. Let's do this. Like the vid if you could. Hype the vid if you could. I'd appreciate it. And let's go.
Over the course of a dominant 23-year career, LeBron James has been arguably the most polarizing player in NBA history.
Agreed. Let's go! Okay, Brady. Brady got 7. You got 4.
LeBron stands alone.
Almost everybody respects the king, but on and off the court, there are many who can't stand him.
The man will smile in your face, and he's got something behind his back, ready to stab you in it. And that's why I certainly don't like him.
I'll tell you, way before any of these other guys in the media started calling him a snake, I've been calling him a snake forever. I know a lot of you guys have been doing the same.
Trash talk, or simply because they couldn't stop him. Some NBA players felt the need to beef with LeBron, but if you come at the king, you best not miss. These are the players who tested LeBron James and failed miserably. One of LeBron's earliest enemies was the mid-2000s Washington Wizards. Between 2006 and 2008, Washington and Cleveland met in the playoffs for 3 consecutive seasons.
All right, I don't think I'm going to be able to argue with this one too much. I think I know what this is.
And it always ended badly for the team from the U.S. capital.
Yeah, it did.
The first series in 2006 is mostly remembered for the trash talk between James and Gilbert Arenas, after LeBron tapped Gil on the shoulder before crucial free throws in the deciding moments of Game 6.
LeBron James talking to Arenas.
Arenas missed, after which Damon Jones, whom Gil had been trash-talking the entire series, hit the clutch bucket for the win.
He doesn't even play in Game 6. So when he whispers, you know who's going to hit it, everybody assumed it was him. I knew what he was talking about. And I think the thought went into my head, they really going to put Damon Jones in and let him hit a shot. And they really put the man in. And the fact that LeBron even passed him the ball is what hurt the most.
They get it into Marshall. And right back in the hands of LeBron James. Here's your trap. They get it out of his hands. Hughes. Damon Jones puts it in. With
LeBron didn't pass him the ball.
0.8 remaining.
In 2007, the two teams matched up again.
Okay, I got to give credit for young LeBron there. That was pretty savage. That whole thing. He psyched him out on a free. He psyched Gil out on a free throw, kind of like Scottie Pippen did to Karl Malone in the finals. A very, very similar situation.
LeBron and the Cavs swept a short-handed Washington squad, missing Arenas and Caron Butler. In March of 2008, during a regular season game, the Wizards were desperately eager to win against Cleveland. And in a tight contest, Washington was up by 2 with a few seconds remaining. Deshaun Stevenson drew the responsibility of guarding James on the game's deciding possession, and LeBron pulled up and missed a three-pointer. In the post-game interview, Stevenson was feeling himself, not shy to criticize the king. He's overrated, Stevenson said, and you can say I said that. If you look at the games and what's going on, I know when I go to sleep, I know we have to play LeBron James. When I go to sleep and know we have to play the Lakers, I know it's going to be a long night.
Yep,
it's the difference between the Kobes and LeBron.
Damn, man. I mean, it's true, though. It's true. It's true. People don't like it. Young people don't like it when we say that there's fear. Fear is a factor when it comes to sports. I don't know why that's so hard. It must be a bunch of people who never played the sport or any sports altogether. Fear, emotion is a huge factor in success or failure. And if you go in scared, chances are you're not gonna succeed that day. So yeah, fear is a real factor. Kobe gave that fear. Bird gave that fear. MJ gave that fear. No one says they're scared of LeBron. They say things like this.
James said he wouldn't respond to the criticism, saying that responding to Stevenson would be like Jay-Z saying something bad about Soulja Boy. The beef went viral. And when the two teams met in the first round of the 2008 playoffs, Soulja Boy attended Game 3 in Washington, adding fuel to the fire by wearing a Deshaun Stevenson jersey.
Yo, I heard this guy's back to selling like pirated game consoles and stuff again. He was doing this like 7 or 8 years ago. I heard he served some time, and he's like selling game consoles again, like basically like fake Nintendo consoles filled with pirated games. I don't know what the hell. Last thing I'll say about it, just because I'm a nerd, there is for the longest time the Soulja Boy like shop on his website. If you went there, it would redirect you to Nintendo.com, and Nintendo forcefully did that.
Even though Soulja Boy's presence invigorated the Wizards, who blew out the Cavs by 36 points, ultimately it all ended badly for Soulja and the guy whose jersey he was wearing. The Cavaliers eventually won the series in 6 games, with James averaging 30, 10, and 8, shutting down Stevenson, who averaged just 12 points and shot 37% from the field. To make things worse for Deshaun and the Wizards, Jay-Z then made an appearance at a club in Washington, referencing the beef in a diss song, adding more fire to the burn.
Ask my LeBron. It's so big we ain't gotta respond.
Now, during LeBron's first stint in Cleveland and the first couple of years,
I'll give it up. That's pretty cool, man.
In Miami, there was nobody who hated the King more than Joakim Noah.
Okay.
Noah was an energetic center for the Bulls, known for high intensity, being animated on the court, and playing tremendous defense, highlighted by the Defensive Player of the Year award in 2014. But when he was still coming up in the league, Noah wasted no time to start trash-talking to the King.
Nah, I really like Noah, by the way. That guy would hustle.
Conversation between LeBron and Joakim Noah right now. And LeBron now walking a little bit closer to Noah, who's still talking to him, and somebody's got to stop this. I mean, it's...
Yeah, no kidding.
French center disliked anything about LeBron, feeling he was arrogant.
I mean, isn't that when you give LeBron a tech? Like, shouldn't he get a technical in that position? Because he's the guy on the court, I mean.
Arrogant, and he's a stunner. There was moments where, you know, you're down 20 points, you're shooting a free throw with your left hand, you dancing all over the court. I wasn't feeling it. So I let it be known that I wasn't feeling none of this.
His beef with James then famously took another nasty turn when he disrespected the whole city of Cleveland.
I just stayed in my hotel room, man. Every time I look out my window, it's pretty depressing out here, man. It's bad. It's bad.
You like it? You think Cleveland's cool? I mean, I never heard anybody say I'm going to Cleveland on vacation. What's so good about Cleveland?
I remember that too. Yeah, he's trolling.
When LeBron went to Miami, there was no love lost, and the beef continued.
You know, but you got to give credit when credit is due. And Miami's a hell of a team. They're Hollywood as hell, but they're still very good.
However, apart from a few regular season wins, Noah had little to show for on the court. He played 4 playoff series against James, losing every single one, with only 5 wins across the 4 series. LeBron averaged 27, 9, and 7 in those matchups, and it's easy to see why Noah was so frustrated.
Well, people have to understand.
Well, and also, I mean, we got to be fair on that one. He's going against a super team. The Bulls did great, and what's unfortunate is that if it wasn't for that stacked deck of a Miami Heat trio, the Bulls might have made the finals, man. Like I that would have been really cool. Prime D Rose and this backing unit that he had, solid core of dudes, and then Tibbs at coach. That could have been really cool, man. But nah, man, the Miami Big Three were just too powerful at that time.
It had nothing to do with Cleveland. It had everything to do with LeBron James.
Yeah, of course.
Like, yo, every year you're losing You know you have to get through him to get to the glory.
Around that same time span, as the Bulls and the Celtics started to fade, another Eastern Conference team emerged as LeBron's biggest rival, the Indiana Pacers. Led by Paul George, David West, George Hill, and Roy Hibbert, the Pacers were a scrappy defensive team who gave LeBron the biggest problems during his tenure in Miami. Just like the Bulls and the Wizards, and frankly any team during LeBron's time in the Eastern Conference, the Pacers had to go through James in the playoffs. Between 2012 and 2014, Indiana and Miami met 3 consecutive times in the postseason, and each series was a nail-biter. In 2012, it took a monster effort from LeBron and D-Wade to get past the Pacers in 6 games after losing Chris Bosh to an abdominal injury. Lance Stephenson, who was drafted in 2011, barely played for the Pacers, but he still found a way to grab headlines after he made a choking gesture from the bench after LeBron missed a free throw.
He definitely had some beef with LeBron.
LeBron was asked about it. He wasn't happy at all. Lance Stephenson? You want a quote about Lance Stephenson? I'm not even going to give him the time. Knock it off. In 2013, Lance had a bigger role, playing in every playoff game. But despite the Pacers pushing the conference finals to 7 games, the Heat ultimately won, in a series that will forever be remembered by LeBron's buzzer beater in Game 1.
Battier gets it in. Here's James on the
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And finally, in 2014, the two teams met.
I gotta say, he was smart. He didn't take the jump shot. That is the way LeBron is kind of successful at the end of games. At least he was back then. Now it's hard for him to get that shot off.
Conference finals again, and the Pacers were confident they could advance after convincingly winning Game 1. However, Miami countered with 3 straight wins. But in Game 5, Lance Stephenson made the whole NBA world remember his name. Lance played a tremendous series, taking the task of guarding LeBron, while also scoring the ball efficiently, as he led Indiana in scoring in Game 2 and grabbed a game-high 11 rebounds in Game 3. Stevenson did everything humanly possible for the Pacers to win, fighting tooth and nail on every possession and getting under LeBron's skin, provoking him any way he knew how. And it worked. In Game 5, he stole the ball from James, tripped him up, and elbowed him, while simultaneously getting LeBron in foul trouble, which resulted in a career-low 7 points for the King on horrible.
Yeah, so y'all want to talk about that 10-point record? Here's just another example of in the playoffs where he failed to deliver that. The media narratives.
2 for 10 shooting.
2 for 10. 2 for 10. Damn. Here, let me just back this up for a sec.
From James, tripped him up and elbowed him, while simultaneously getting LeBron in foul trouble, which resulted in a career-low 7 points for the King on horrible 2 for 10 shooting. However, nobody will remember any of Lance's defensive plays or any of his 12 points. Instead, he'll be remembered for something no NBA player has ever done before.
The blow?
Or since.
Including this, blowing in the ear of LeBron James, and James, he can't believe it.
But even though
I
Indiana...
gotta say, that's really funny, man. Even LeBron's reaction there is really freaking funny. He's like, what the hell? What next?
Won that night and extended the series, in Game 6, LeBron was mad, determined to shut Lance up for good. As you can probably guess, that's exactly what happened. Miami blew out the Pacers, leading by 33 points after 3 quarters, and beat Indiana for a 3rd consecutive year.
I gotta say, though, this Indiana team taking the Miami Heat, like big 3 to 6 games in the playoffs, I'd call that a win, Lance. That was a win.
But unlike Deshaun Stevenson, Joakim Noah, and Lance Stephenson, there was one player who beefed with LeBron and actually had some bragging rights over him.
Yeah, don't you dare try to pretend like LeBron got the best out of Jason Terry. Now, don't you do that nonstop.
In 2011, the Dallas Mavericks won their first NBA title, and most of the credit deservedly went to Dirk Nowitzki, the finals MVP. But the second best Mavericks player in that series was Jason Terry, who averaged 18 points per game in the finals.
Nowitzki wants the ball. Haslam again. Excellent ball denial.
Oh, in
Terry,
your
a long
face.
3. Bang! Gives the Mavericks a 7-point lead.
During the offseason, Terry appeared in a music video for rapper Young Jeezy, where he gloated about the championship.
Oh, whoa.
In the behind-the-scenes footage for the song Win, Jason was caught singing, "Lose, lose, lose. I feel like LeBron and them now." When he signed with the Celtics for the 2013 season, the Jet quickly boasted about his new team and showed his hatred for Miami, the defending champs. "I'd love to see Miami in the playoffs, so we can roll through the champions," he said. "We're fired up. We'd love that matchup." LeBron picked his poison. They put him on me to shut me down in the 2011 finals, and he couldn't get the job done,
Agreed.
Terry said. Hopefully, he gets another chance this year in the Eastern Conference Finals or wherever we match up. But the Celtics never got a chance to meet the Heat in the playoffs because they lost the first-round series against the Knicks. However, Terry still played LeBron in Miami during the regular season, and it didn't end well for him. Jason turned the ball over, which resulted in a Miami fast break. Norris Cole found LeBron cutting to the basket, with Terry as the lone defender. What happened next was one of the nastiest dunks in NBA history.
Jason Terry, good defense.
I remember this.
Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers, Cole,
Damn.
When asked about the dunk,
All right, but wait. I'm not gonna forget the narrative here, though. Players who tested LeBron and failed miserably. JT won this war. Jason Terry won this battle, 100%. One domination led to a championship, and then all we're talking about here as a revenge is a dunk. One dunk, 2 points. I can care less about that. Jason Terry got the ring over LeBron.
LeBron was happy to get his revenge on Terry. It's one of my better ones, and the fact that it happened to JT makes it even that much sweeter. Because we all know how JT talks too much sometimes. However, this next player
I don't think they should have brought that one up. That was a bad one for their case.
Beef with just LeBron, but just about anybody. For the last decade, he has been the biggest villain in the NBA. And of course, we're talking about Draymond Green. Drafted in 2012, Draymond barely played at the beginning of his career. But after David Lee went down,
I don't even want to hear this. If they're going to talk about Draymond, 3 championships versus 1 championship in favor of Draymond. Who won? Who won this battle? I mean, anybody can answer this question. It's so easy.
With an injury during the 2015 season, Green was inserted into the starting lineup and never looked back. Draymond became the heart and soul of the Warriors, their defensive anchor, and a guy who would pick a fight with anybody trying to say something slick.
Yep.
Green's first nemesis was the Clippers and Blake Griffin. After they met in the 2015 finals, Dre quickly grew a distaste for LeBron.
Hell no, I hate LeBron. We ain't had no relationship at all.
And even though Golden State won the finals, James absolutely dominated Green.
Okay, wait. Can we just hear how manipulative this is? Listen to the words.
And even though Golden State won the finals, James absolutely dominated Green and the
Like, we're just gonna pass up, even though they won the finals against LeBron. Let's talk about LeBron dunking and stuff. Like, come on, man. Who won? Who won the battle? It's a team sport. Who won the battle? Draymond Green won this battle.
Warriors,
3
averaging
times the one.
36, 13, and 9, and looking like a man amongst boys. But the bragging rights belong to Draymond, who used them to the fullest.
Clay Thompson, yup. Splash Brothers, yup. Cavaliers, nope. We won, yup. They suck, yup.
Oh, damn.
We here, yup. They not, nope.
All right, that was kind of lame, Draymond. I'm not going to lie. But I get your point.
16 finals, LeBron's Cavaliers and Draymond's Warriors met again.
But you better not stop after this, though, because there's more to this story.
And the beef escalated and went viral. In the closing minutes of a Warriors blowout in Game 4, LeBron stepped over Draymond, after which Green hit him in the family jewel.
Yeah, if someone was gonna, I hate this situation. I hate talking about this one. If this, okay. If you're going to get suspended, you're going to get suspended. But honestly, this is the NBA Finals. Neither of these guys should have got suspended. Maybe a double tech and keep playing. That's all I would ask for. But yeah, this was a nothing burger, man. He rode on top of his back. He didn't like it. He popped him in the nuts, and he didn't like it. Even exchange. Move on.
LeBron obviously didn't like it, chirping back at Draymond. And Green responded by calling James a bitch, among other
Everyone calls him a bitch.
Obscenities that James didn't take too kindly.
Why is it everyone calls him a bitch? I don't recall anybody calling MJ a bitch and surviving.
You know, Draymond just, he said something that I don't agree with. I'm all cool with the competition. I'm all fine with that, but some of the words that came out of his mouth was a little bit overboard.
You can't handle the word bitch, man? Damn, man. I don't get it. You were born around the same time as I was, man. So you're playing in the parks and stuff at the same age as I was, the same era as I was. You can't handle the word bitch anymore? Give me a break, dude. That's nothing compared to what you hear out there.
Green retroactively received his 4th flagrant foul of the postseason, triggering an automatic suspension for Game 5.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been a flagrant, by the way. That should have been a technical.
Which was crucial for the Cavs to win that game on the road. And even though they had a 3-1 lead in the finals, the Warriors ultimately lost the series, largely because of Green's suspension, and because he pissed off LeBron, who played like a madman for the rest of those finals.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup, oh, blocked by James! LeBron James
better
with
show
the
Kyrie
rejection.
shot.
In the aftermath of Cleveland's first championship, LeBron trolled Green and the Warriors with an Ultimate Warrior t-shirt, and he did the same during his 2016
Okay, that one's funny.
And the Warriors with an Ultimate
That one's funny. Yep. I used to love the Ultimate Warrior, man.
Warrior t-shirt, and he did the same during his 2016 Halloween party. When the Warriors won the 2017 finals against LeBron and the Cavs, Draymond responded with a petty shirt of his own, which simply said Quick as a reference to the Cavaliers Arena, which was then named Quicken Loans Arena.
Oh.
But through mutual agent Rich Paul and business partner Maverick Carter, Draymond and LeBron eventually became good friends, and their beef evaporated completely.
Bron used to be like, yo, why y'all deal with this dude, man? Like,
Right.
And so just me being around Rich and Mav, me and Bron naturally ended up being around each other more because I'm tight with Rich and Mav.
Right.
And then we started to build a relationship because I realized, like, dang, bro really just like me.
This next player has a similar...
Okay, so real quick, back to the narrative. The whole theme of the video, players who tested LeBron and failed miserably. Why is Draymond Green on the list? I know they just breezed over it, but one dude won 3 championships on top of the other's head, and the other one won. I don't feel like I need to keep saying it, do I? Like, I don't understand why they brought him up in this. Who had the last laugh? Draymond Green.
Story, as he had a beef with LeBron, but eventually got...
Really just like me.
This next player has a similar story, as he had a beef with LeBron, but eventually got on his good side after they became teammates. Stanley Johnson had a solid college career at Arizona, which helped him get selected 8th overall by the Pistons in the 2015 NBA Draft. But even though he was just a rookie, Stanley didn't waste any time talking trash to the best player in the game when the Cavs played the Pistons in the first round of the 2016 playoffs. I'm definitely in his head, that's for sure, Johnson said after a 107-90 Game 2 loss to the Cavs. He laces his shoes up the same way I lace my shoes up. He has to come out there and compete and make his shots. He doesn't come prepared. That's the NBA. Anybody and everybody can get busted any night.
Facts.
Johnson then doubled down and went on to trash talk the rest of the Cavs. LeBron jabbers. He moves his mouth sometimes. Their whole team does, kind of like their little cheerleaders on the bench.
Oh, wow.
Every time you walk in the right corner, they're always saying something like they're playing basketball. Like they're actually in the game. There are only 7 or 8 players who play. I don't see why the other players are talking. They might as well just be in the stands, in my opinion.
Oh, he's trash talking the whole team.
That's a pretty big statement from someone who scored less than 600 total points in the NBA at the time.
Ouch.
And James quickly made him eat his words. Cleveland swept the Pistons, with LeBron going 13 for 15 from the field when Johnson was his primary defender in the series.
That's actually phenomenal.
Johnson, there's that matchup again. LeBron connects from in front.
Stanley learned his lesson, and in 2022, when he became LeBron's teammate on the Lakers, this beef had a happy ending. But this next beef not only doesn't have a happy ending.
Yeah, I'll give it up on that one. I don't know enough about it, but it seems like that was a pretty easy win for LeBron.
It's also clear that this player hates LeBron to this day. It's Enes Kanter, or Enes Kanter Freedom, if you will, who began his feud with LeBron.
Oh, this guy.
In 2017, after James commented on the Knicks' draft selection.
The Knicks passed on a really good one, and Dallas got the diamond in the rough. He should be a Knick.
New York selected Frank Ntilikina, while LeBron suggested that they should have picked Dennis Smith Jr., to which Kanter responded on Twitter. When the Cavs played the Knicks later in the season, LeBron was asked about his and Kanter's comments.
And I wasn't throwing shade at Frank at all. For people that got their pants in bunches and things of that nature here in New York, I look for any controversy here. And for Enes Kanter, who always got something to say, I don't know what's wrong with him.
I mean, you're the one who talked first, though. Why you got to diss the draft pick? How do you think that makes that young kid feel when he got drafted? You're a player, man. You're not media.
Fast forward a few hours, and James, Kanter, and Ntilikina were in the center of an on-court scuffle.
And LeBron James and Nihilus, and that's what the crowd was waiting for.
Good.
Oh, Cantor doing some mouth.
Yeah, so Enos is defending his rookie, you know? I got no problem with that. Defend a rookie.
Oh, that ain't my house. It is Cantor. You knew he was going to mouth off at some point. Here we go.
But the game ended as an embarrassment for Cantor and the Knicks as the Cavs won in a blowout. And back in 2016, while Cantor still played in OKC, LeBron was so bored by the blowout game that he started playing the flip the bottle game at the end of the bench.
And LeBron James is trying to do that water bottle challenge where he has it land and stand up.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, Tim Duncan's has been thrown out of a game for smiling and clapping. Dennis Rodman, same thing. Rasheed Wallace for staring at a ref, for looking at a ref wrong. This guy gets to get away with all this crap. Like, the game is on. It's not like it's a timeout or the end of a quarter. The game is on. You can't be doing this kind of stuff. Look at this.
Cantor remembered that incident and didn't like it one bit.
How is this allowed during gameplay?
I'll tell you one thing, this team is really special. And you ain't coming to my house playing that water bottle flip game again. You know what I mean? I don't care who you are, king, what do you call yourself, king, queen, princess, whatever you are. You know what, we're going to fight. And nobody out there going to punk us.
LeBron responded again, saying
we called him queen or princess.
Cantor's comments were corny and doubling
I thought they were hilarious, bro.
down by reiterating.
That's corny. Well, I'm the king, my wife is the queen, and my daughter is the princess, so we got all three covered.
And for good measure, James posted a picture on Instagram.
All right, I guess he's a dictator.
Caption, "You're welcome, King of NY," calling Madison Square Garden his favorite playground. When the two teams met in New York, James shrugged off questions about Cantor during the shoot-around, and during the game, he wore a pair of Nike LeBron 15s that read, "I'm king."
Oh, jeez. Oh. By the way, how is he the king of New York? I don't recall them ever matching up in the playoffs. Do you guys? And if they did, I don't think it was very substantial. So how are you the king of New York?
That season, when LeBron got ejected for the first time in his career against the Heat, Cantor immediately trolled James with his famous hashtag, #StriveForGreatness. He later repeated this tweet several times whenever James had a bad game. However, when the season ended, Cantor playfully challenged LeBron to prove he was the king of New York by signing with the Knicks as a free agent on July 1st.
Okay, who is the really king of New York? Hey, LeBron, yes. You really want to be king of New York? Come and prove it. I'll see you July 1st, brother. Good luck.
And Cantor didn't stop there. During the pandemic, he appeared on CNN, where he expressed disappointment in James for not being a more vocal advocate for the vaccine.
You know, when I heard it, I was very disappointed, and it's ridiculous. You know, obviously LeBron James, he's one of the face of the league, and he should be the first one to go out there and say, listen, everyone, you know, I got the vaccine, and I'm encouraging everyone. I hope he can educate himself about this vaccination and inspire and encourage other people around him.
Now, I know the pandemic was it's one of those times that we're going to look back on and be like, holy crap, I can't believe all that happened. I'm already starting to do that. But no, I don't think it's a basketball player's position to give medical advice to people. So I disagree with Enos there. Like, no, I don't want my medical advice from LeBron James. So, no, I don't think that was his responsibility.
Later, Enes sent out a direct shot at Nike, mentioning its founder Phil Knight, James and Michael Jordan's Jordan brand, and sharing a picture of custom Jordan sneakers, bearing messages reading "modern-day slavery" and "hypocrite Nike," among other things. And even though James stopped responding to the Turkish center, that didn't stop Cantor from criticizing him. "If you play with someone like LeBron, it's all about LeBron," Cantor said after the Lakers' poor season with Russell Westbrook. "When I see a dictator, I know it. LeBron is literally like the dictator of the NBA.
I said it too. I've said it too. King. Chosen one. Come on now.
He controls the media. He controls his narrative. If you go against his agenda, you get traded. Everybody knows it," Cantor said in 2024, showing that he still hates James's guts. But even though their feud is now completely one-sided at this point, with Cantor not playing in the NBA since 2022, most fans will remember Cantor getting humiliated by James by flipping the bottle. As the Knicks, well, they weren't even good enough to keep the game interesting in the fourth quarter. And the latest
that one's a little complicated, man. I mean, if we're just talking about basketball, then definitely LeBron got the last laugh there. But this one went into different territories that I don't know what the last laugh would look like in this case, because this is way beyond basketball. Okay, Devin Brooks. I'm sorry, Dylan Brooks. I always call him Devin for some reason. This one's an interesting one, man, because I know how this is gonna go down, and LeBron is gonna get the last laugh here, but the rivalry's not over. So far, we have played the Lakers twice this year, and the Suns won the first one without Devin Booker, and Dylan Brooks he scored like 32 points. He was our star, and somehow we beat a full-powered Laker team with LeBron James. So that was pretty damn funny. But they got us back a couple of days ago, and but that game was bullshit, like straight up. That's the game where they bailed him out at the end with that fake foul, and LeBron got 3 free throws at the end of the game to win the game, and he wasn't even supposed to be in the game because this is the same game where he attacked the referee and was like shoving the ref and like grabbing the referee, but he didn't get kicked out of the game. So whatever, a win's a win. So Lakers won that game, but that was probably the most fixed POS game I've ever seen in my life.
What he had with LeBron on the court happened with one of the biggest NBA instigators in recent memory, Dylan
still
Brooks.
Going.
Brooks got known as the guy who gets in people's faces, trash talks and taunts. But back in 2021, he was the one getting taunted, and by none other than LeBron James. After he made several clutch shots over Brooks, the King gave him a too small gesture.
LeBron behind the back, LeBron free throw line, tough shot from 18. No.
And the Canadian swingman never forgot it. 2 years later, after a game where he and several of his teammates nearly got into a fight with Shannon Sharpe, Brooks was in a vengeful mood, bragging about guarding LeBron. He doesn't want to go left. I was just making him go left all game. Then he would settle or he would pass the ball. But this was just a prelude of more beef to come. As the 7th-seeded Lakers advanced through the play-in to play the Grizzlies, Brooks was brimming with confidence. I don't mind playing LeBron in a 7-game series and knocking him out right away. And after a great performance...
All right, I'm going to be real for a second. Up until this year, I kind of hated Dylan Brooks. Having him on our team is fantastic. He's like Dennis Rodman, dude. I'm not saying skill-wise, but he is that kind of guy. Probably how Golden State fans feel about Draymond Green. Like, I love having this dude on our team. He fires everyone up.
Performance in Game 2, where he bothered LeBron all night and helped the Grizzlies win, Brooks was again feeling himself.
I don't care. He's old. I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
Brooks said with a deadpan stare, but he didn't stop there.
You know, he's not at the same level as he was when he was on Cleveland, when he won championships, Miami. You know, I wish I got to see that. You know what I mean? It would have been a harder task.
As usual, James didn't make a comment. But instead, he made a fool out of Brooks on the floor, who got ejected after a flagrant 2 on LeBron.
Man, he's always getting ejected in these games. I forgot to mention that most recent game against the Suns, against Dylan Brooks. Dylan got ejected.
On the line when he caught the ball, LeBron down.
That the contact by Brooks to James is unnecessary and excessive.
White people always calling LeBron a bitch and then punching him in the balls, guys. That's the most common theme of this video.
He's been issued a flagrant foul penalty 2 and has been ejected from the game.
After which, he declined to speak to the media. And in Game 4, James made several clutch baskets over Brooks, again proving that he's the last player you should trash talk to. And Dylan again refused to talk to the press.
Dylan Brooks picks up James. He wanted James. He gets him. James drives. James is fouled and one. LeBron!
But the biggest slap in Brooks' face came in Game 6, which the Lakers won by 40 points, sending Brooks and the Grizzlies home. And after Brooks got the 40 piece he was wishing for, LeBron added insult to injury with a funny Instagram post. Thanks for watching.
Hold up. What did he say?
LeBron added insult to injury.
If you ever see me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear. Oh, jeez, come on.
With a funny Instagram post. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, we have another one for you.
I mean, you know, this was like 50-50 propaganda BS, and then the other 50% was pretty legit. It's better than I thought it was going to be when it comes to that, so I don't know. It is what it is. I'll take it. But, yeah, I didn't like the Draymond Green one, and there was another one in there. I can't remember anymore that was like, the Jason Terry one. I don't like either of those two. That was just, I don't know. Like, why bring that up? Like those are two of the worst things on LeBron's resume, is what Jason Terry did to him, and then losing 3 out of 4 finals against the Golden State Warriors. So, anyways, what to say about Dillon Brooks? Dillon Brooks. The only thing I didn't like in Memphis that he did, I like that he called out LeBron. I don't like that when, he lost the battle, he kind of ran and hid. He didn't talk to the media. It's okay to challenge someone and lose. It happens. You called him out. You got the best performance out of him, and he beat you. You got to admit defeat sometimes, man, and be like, all right, I'm coming to get you next year. But to just evade the entire situation, I thought that was kind of, I don't know. Because the thing is if Dillon Brooks would have won that battle, he would have been there talking to the media and gloating about it. So, I just kind of feel like it's fair. However, I will say I'm glad the guy's on my team right now. Anyways, you guys, I'm heading out. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave your comment down below and what you thought about this. And I'm sure you guys are doing it while we were going along the way. I'll see you all down there. Like the vid if you could. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And most importantly, is to be water, my friends.